about 5:30 in the morning. I think today's June 1st. I want to put the camera on sooner and stuff like that, but I'm always too sick in the morning to do it. So I'm turning it on the first thing I can. I got the clip-on microphone because, okay, look, I still got my sleep music going. Hang on. So this is what I sleep to. Where is it? The speaker's right down there. And it's, well, it should say, see, I'm terrible. It's just black screen, no ads, and it's just heavy rain and thunder, and I just play that all night. So now let me turn that off. I got the microphone hooked up to my phone because it's wait. Okay, so where's the time at? I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, so it's almost. I gotta get my glasses. I can't see. So that says it was 88 at. Gotta get the glasses on. Puppies, hush. So let me see. It's thinking. Okay, yeah, so it's almost 90 out there. That was us yesterday. 109. Scary. And they're creeping back up again. Guess there's like some little storm blowing in or something. But this weather, and then I go back and I look at home. Seattle and Olympia. Look at those temperatures. Oh. Did you turn it off, Anakin? Sun's just coming up. There's Miss Noxie. So right around 4:30, or when dawn hits, the brain tumors have me up puking, and as soon as I can get outside, I gotta get up to the door and get all of them out. Yeah. So open the door and it's already hot outside. So I have the microphone hooked up to this too because the AC is already going off this morning, on and off. So, and it's loud and annoying, but there's all the stuff ready for my, podcast, the laptop and that thing when I'm just so overwhelmed. And then I just look at the camera and I look at myself and it's just, people are just going to think I'm a crazy person. I got my little work desk there. I try to sit up there and, but it's just too hard. I'm trying, but it's not, my brain ain't good anymore. So I'm going to put this in the tripod over here so I don't have to hold the stupid thing. And I got the microphone going. So all these guys, once I'm able to, don't chew on that, Mary Jane. And I puff on some of this. I can get them outside to go to the bathroom. And then I give them a little piece of chicken jerky that's by the back door in a bag. And they know their routine. And now I get them to lay down for a little bit while I have my scary pukey time. And so what time is it? See, it's only 5:47. So like at 8 o'clock or something, sometimes even 8:30, they'll get, depending on how I'm doing, I have to get up then and get them their actual breakfast, and they don't eat just kibble. It's some type of rice with some type of meat, either corned beef out of a can, chicken, sausage, something that Michael's whipped up, and that's what they eat for breakfast. So now see, they're all, one's going back to bed in the covers there. I think that's Yoda. There's my old lady down there. She'll snuggle in here. This one, the pups. And then Big Mama Gypsy is underneath the covers. And her son Yoda's next to her. So 2 underneath the covers and 4 on top. Mr. Anakin. And these are all I got right now. These are all I got right now. Very little human contact. But let me put this in the tripod here and put it beside my bed so I don't have to hold the stupid thing. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, see, it's all, what do you call it? I don't know how to lock it in place. Shoot, I think, I don't know. It's gonna kind of, oh, anyway. Okay, so I probably look a little scary, but I don't care. I keep this little scrunchy wrappy thingy. It covers my eyes at nighttime and then just my ears because the AC will get pretty chilly in here sometimes. So, and these things, so I like a dark room to sleep in. But with being sick, I can't ever have the room completely dark because I have to be able to see to get up and stuff like that. So I'll have my stupid little nightlight of my little jellyfish dancing over there. But it bothers. I like completely dark, so I can just lay back, and it covers my ears and it covers my eye, and I can just lay back and yeah. So right now I don't really need it on, but my hair and everything looks so gross because Mary Jane, leave my glasses alone. Overwhelmed, and I know I just ramble, but it's all I can do. Um, I don't I don't have, my brain's not right. I try to make it be right, but I'm just trying to document what's happening to me. Just trying to document it. I'm just overwhelmed, and I want this nightmare to end. This isn't okay, and being sick and everyone thinking you're crazy. I didn't sign up for this. I need to pull up some pictures of what I used to look like. And then I look in the mirror now and it's just, I look crazy. I sound crazy. Oh, I need to get some more cannabis in me, but I hate these vapes. I really do. I don't like them. I don't trust the chemicals in them, but I'm too sick to hold the bong and a lighter and light and do all that complicated stuff. And a little pipe that people use, which is, it's too harsh for me. I didn't smoke before the brain tumors, so that's super harsh when you smoke out of a little pipe or something like that. Joints, I should get me some more joints rolled up with a little tiny, like a little bit of a filter on the end. They do that now. But it's the reason why I like the bong to smoke is because the smoke has to go through water and it's filtered a little bit and it's not as harsh. Oh, I'm trying to get this not, I got the puking is, I wake up every morning and that's just every day, every day. I sit here and I think back how long it's been. How long I've been doing this with no help, no hope, no support. It's just cannabis. I wish I could get a hold of the right people. Spread the word. It's a miracle. It's medicine. I know I need to put all this stuff on my podcast, but it's just like I feel I'm just so beat down and just so hopeless. And I just ramble. I try to write stuff down. I try to be an organized person like before, but I can't. I spend 95% of my time in a bed. I get up every couple of days and get to the living room and watch. I try to make myself get out there and watch TV, but it's just getting to another room. It's too hot and dry for me to get outside here. A little bit in the winter months, I can get out, but I wasn't doing good this winter, so getting out of the house is hard. The past month or so, my body would allow me to, like, I tried to get out on my scooter a little bit. That was only like, I think I've thought about 4 or 5 times around the block in the past few months, but it's been over since a month and a half since I've been on it now. It's too hot. I got a bicycle that I was going to try to ride. Big, nice pink beach cruiser thingy from the thrift store, because the homeless girl that I have staying with us, she got me there. $30. One of those big old cool beach cruiser, you know, it looked like what the old ladies, you know, old lady bike, but it's pink. And I was trying to motivate myself to try to get out and ride that, you know. I got the little wagony covered thing, like basically a covered strollery thing for the dogs that can go behind my bike or the scooter, you know, but it's too hot and I'm too sick to manage them all, you know, and Michael's never here. He stays gone. He stays busy. Okay. I gotta smoke some more of this, but see, I sit here knowing my mouth is dry and I need to drink something, and my drink is sitting right here, but I'm too to pick it up. So and then it's just this one of these big ass stupid things that I can keep beside the bed, but then it's a lot of times it's too big for me and heavy for me to pick up. But I don't like keeping a little light, little tiny thing beside the bed because I'm afraid I'm gonna knock it over all the time too. Okay. It's icy and cold, so I can sip on it during the night, but first thing in the morning, the ice water, I gotta keep it in my mouth and get it warmed up before I swallow it, because if I swallow this just really cold stuff and it hits my stomach now, it'll come right back up. Ugh. Okay. So I wet my whistle a little bit and then I can leave it. I don't like these things. I don't know what chemicals are in them, you know, but I can't complain because these really come in handy when I can't do anything else. Okay. I'll put that over there. That's good for a while. Oh, it's just cold, cold, cold. Okay. Okay, see now they're all in the bed sleeping. The second, and I mean the second because there's so many of them. There's pillow pads on the floor around my bed because of the puppies. And then there's a fake grass pad with pillow pads out in the kitchen that they can get to go potty in the middle of the night. Hey, Miss Noxie. Her name is Nox. It's a Mayan goddess of night. And I think in Harry Potter they say Nox or something to turn the lights out. Look at her. She's ready for her close-up. Leave her alone, Mary Jane. She's got her foof butt. See, now I totally forgot I was talking about before Noxie showed her butt up here. Oh, because I look at all the puppies. Look at them. They're all just sitting on the bed. They're all just watching her walk around. This was one of my thrift store finds. It's like a little short caftan muumuu thingy. Yep. It's groovy. I love the colors, the blue and the brownish kind of with the black. It's really pretty. It's not really being picked up with the light here, but, and it's comfy. So like I was saying, the puppies are still being potty trained. We have good days, we have bad days. Um, it's a good thing this carpet ain't that great. It's like, and I hate carpet. I hate carpet. It's just, ugh. But as soon as I'm able to, because Michael sleeps out on the couch, and it's gated off so they can't go out in the out in the living room and pee all over the carpeting out there. So they have the kitchen and in here. And as soon as I can, I got to get them out this back door so they can all go to the bathroom. But it's me trying to not vomit, because usually most of the time I'm still pukey and vomiting, but they have to get outside. Gypsy, stop. She's underneath the covers and she's mad. Her babies are stepping on her. See, now the AC's on and I'm glad my ears are covered up, because then there's a ceiling fan too. So once I get them back in the door from going potty, and I hate it. A lot of times I try to force myself. I got a wheelchair outside and I got a wheelchair inside. So I take the wheelchair and I'll the best I can. Some days I can't. I try to walk out there a few steps so I can look up, and because there's hawks. Like this is their morning time feeding time, and these are bite-sized little hawk snacks. So and they got to go to the bathroom, and I got to leave them out there as long as I can. But it's a constant, it's another stress. Then I got to switch from puking and throwing up to another stressor of trying to, how am I going to get my body to get my dogs outside? And I don't want to wake up Michael, because it's just not good. He's just not a good person, and he just bitches and squawks and everything. So I get up, I do everything the best I can on my own without asking him. I don't want to ask him ever for anything. I try to do everything on my own. So I either sit in my chair or I stand there with it, like I use it like a walker to make sure they can just do their first, potty. And a lot of times my body is bad, and I can't even, most days I can't get out there until like their second potty. I have to let them out there the first time though. And then we come back inside and I give them like a little chicky chunk if I can. It's just chicken jerky, and they know the drill. They know the routine. They go out there, go potty. Then after they eat their treat, I'm trying to get back in bed and get medicated and try to, not be more pukey and stuff. And then they get up on the bed, they all eat their chewies, and now, let me see. Oh, they're all. Oh, there's my big old 14-year-old. I lost her sister, my soul puppy, last July. Like, I can't even go there. It just my chest hurts and my stomach hurts. And but then I just have to feel, happy. I just have to think happy thoughts. I loved her so much, but her sister passed away next to me in bed here last July. And we think she got bit by a scorpion. We took her to the vet, and the vet didn't know. They just said, and they sent her home, and she died 2 days later. There's my Anakin. So then the other two, there's one big lump right here. That's the mama Gypsy. And then there's my little Yoder guy. The newest batch of puppies from the inbreeding, Mr. Doobie and Mrs. Mary Jane. So these two got cannabis-inspired names, Mary Jane and Doobie. And then these guys have Star Wars-inspired names, Anakin and Yoda. And then, of course, Gypsy came with her name, which is, Gypsy stuff. I love the Gypsy stuff. So that's all my babies. 6 of them. Yep. So now the routine is, oops. Okay, I'm going to put this tripod back here. So now the routine is, now I sit here, try to get medicated. Some mornings, if I'm lucky, I get out to the kitchen and I have my coconut cannabis oil. It's basically just coconut oil that we cook the cannabis in. And I'll get out there, I'll get a small spoon, and it's so gross. Think about it. It's just, I have to put the spoon, and the oil's hard, like coconut oil, because it's cold out there. And I have to, just like the end of a tablespoon, and I just have to put that in my mouth, trying not to gag, and then trying to wash that down with some water or something. And sometimes it just gets stuck because and the water's cold, so it's just a nasty lump of oil in your mouth. It, ugh. But I have to try to warm it up with my tongue, so the oil so it gets all slippery, and then just swallow that chunk down. And some mornings I'm lucky I can get back here. The puppies are all done eating their chewies. They've had their first potty. I can sit back in the bed and see, I need to keep telling myself I need to start filming this. I need to trying to get myself ready to do the podcast. I just need to film a day in my life. I need to show what happens. But like, that's why I just turn the thing on, because I'm so out of it right now. I'm just rambling. I can feel my words getting a little bit better and my thoughts getting a little bit better. I smoke that little bit of marijuana. I want to see what that does before I smoke some more. I mean, not that it has any harmful effects, but if I have to get up and take care of the dogs, I have to. It takes a lot in the morning sometimes. And to get an appetite and eat. So here's the first part. The first part of my scary nightmare morning part is over. I got the puking done, and the bathroom's right there. Oh, my speaker just turned off down below there, because I don't have any music or anything going on the tablet. So this is my entertainment. There's a big, huge TV out in the living room, and surround sound speakers, and a couch and stuff like that, and recliner I get in. But most days, this is just my safe space. I got 17 pillows piled up behind me, and then all the puppies can just lay around me. We all fit on the couch too, but it keeps swiveling around because I don't have it locked right or something. That's probably gonna fall over or something. So there's a big TV out there with like the apps and all that kind of stuff, Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and stuff like that. I don't think I can get Amazon Prime on my tablet. There's something wrong where it's still hooked up to like our Seattle stuff, and we've tried to fix it. I don't know. But so ramble. First scary part of the movie's over. First scary part of the morning's over, not the movie. I'm out of the bathroom. I'm done puking. I've gotten the puppies outside. Michael's still sleeping. It's Saturday. And literally they know the routine. Like, I try to get out there with them as much as possible, but sometimes my body doesn't allow it. I just have to sit on the stoop and kind of just watch them in the back area, just hoping there's not a hawk up there. But the mornings I can, and there's a recliner out there. So, but it's gross, kind of, it's been outside. But I can sit in that while they go potty. But sometimes, like this morning, it's already too hot out there. Okay, so it's after 6 a.m. now. Let's just say it is. Oopsie. 6 a.m. 89 degrees. It's got up a degree since I've been talking. So they know once they come in from their potties that there's a bag. All their stuff, all their puppy stuff is kept by the back door. All their foods and all that kind of stuff, and piddle pads and snacks and treats. So they know the routine when they come in, that they're going to get a piece of chicken. It's like literally like a piece of chicken that's been like dehydrated or something. It looks like chicken jerky. And we've cut some of them into smaller pieces for the little guys. So they know they come in after morning potty, they get their chicky thing, and they go, come in here and chew on it. And then it's resting, and they sleep. And like I said, sometimes I'm able to go back to sleep. Some mornings I'm not. I'm too sick, and then my mind gets going, and I'll just be sitting here, just alone and sick and scared, just spiraling through just terrible emotions and loneliness and terror and not knowing not knowing what's happening to me. The past few days marks 4 years since we've been here. I didn't think I was going to see 3-4 months. I thought I was going to be gone. The pandemic was raging on. Seattle, nobody was helping us, and it was hopeless. And I was 10 times worse than this. 100 pounds, cheeks sunken in, gray green, unable to eat. I was surviving off of like broth and tea with the cannabis oil in it. Literally, I could get down some rice sometimes, or like little crackery things, or a little bit of noodles, something just bland and soft with the broth. I know I survived because, my determination, but the nutrients I was getting into my body, the spirulina, which is just, it's a superfood, mass nutrients. It's basically just an algae. So it's not a plant. It's not an animal. It's really good for the body. And the cannabis. And I know staying hydrated, and the food that I ate, I kept it as unprocessed as possible, healthy and vegan as much as I could. And the cannabis, I can pound on my chest and be like, give myself credit. But this is cannabis. This is cannabis. This is cannabis. Next month, and I still can't believe I'm saying these words. See, I can still tell I'm not fully all the way medicated. I'm still fighting my morning yuck. Even though I'm talking, I can still, because my face still feels just heavy and my eyes are still heavy. My eyes aren't open. So once I know when I'm like, every morning, like I said, July next month will mark, I can't believe I'm saying this, 6 years since Michael called an ambulance from our Seattle apartment because I was convulsing and pooing and puking and eyes rolling in the back of my head, convulsing, flopping on it wasn't the bathroom, but it was in our bedroom kind of hallway area. Pooing and puking and peeing on myself. To have no test ran when I got there. I don't know. They just gave me hydration and sent me home. So my nightmare started like 6 years ago. I still can't believe I'm saying that. It's like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because I don't think I'm going to get any help. So I don't want this to keep dragging on. But then I'm like, look what I've done this much with no doctor. Imagine if I could just get to a little bit of a doctor, get some tiny bit of medical assistance. Some blood work just to know basically what's happening in my own body would be, that would take some stress off. I got to release this podcast, but I look at this stuff like this, I'm just like, no one's going to listen to you, Leslie. No one's going to care. They're going to go to tune into it and they're just going to see this. It looks and sounds crazy, but it's all I can do. And I keep telling myself it's going to be my final say. So it'll be my word. It'll be my way to say my side of the story. And then people can say whatever they want after I'm gone, but at least people can have a place to go and see this is what I had to say about stuff, my own words, my own voice. So like I said, I let them out to go potty, and every morning's different, If I'm having a good morning and I've got enough cannabis in me to go sit out there. In the wintertime, it was nice because it doesn't ever, even on those cold mornings, you get bundled up and sit outside. It's nice. Not now. It's just you walk out there and it's just like, it feels like someone just breathing on the back of your neck and in your face. It's just like hot, dry, nasty breath. And it's terrifying. to be hot is the worst thing for brain tumors. I'm living in like the worst place in the planet for brain tumors. You know, heat is the worst thing because the brain is all water. You know. Okay, I'm gonna focus on documenting the day so I can get myself used to getting in front of the camera to get more comfortable again. Because when I was doing Instagram, I was filming a lot because I could just turn on my phone and stuff like that. But I have to use for my podcast, I have to use the laptop because it's the way that the files are made and the way that they're uploaded, and of course it's a longer thingy, it's a bigger file. So I'm like a monkey doing a math problem now when I get on my laptop. It's very, even to get on my phone, seems like some days it's easier. It seems like to do an email on my phone. It's like once I do like an email though, it's like my brain is kind of just like wiped out for the day. It takes every bit of like focusing and everything to do like one small task. And it's frustrating because I wish I could be emailing like 3 or 4 or 5 different people a day, you know, letting them know what's happening to me, asking for help, you know, something, advocating for myself. Okay, I'm going to try to smoke a little bit more. I want to try to go get the bong, but okay, I'm going to try this one. So weed strains are two. There's indica, which is the one that makes you like sleepy and hungry and stuff like that. Then there's sativa, that's more like caffeine and up. And when you see people like losing their shit and paranoia, it's because they've had too much of a sativa and it wakes the brain up way too much. So in the morning, I try to do a sativa, and then in the evening, I try to smoke, you know, the indica to get ready to go to bed. So I just realized I was smoking my indica one in the morning time, but it's not bad because the indica is also the more hunger-inducing of weed strains. Indica is what they give, is usually the strain they give, you know, sick people because it's the one that gives more munchies. And I mean, weed is like a science now that they each, like, you can pick a strain for like if you want to just like focus to like clean your house, or you want a weed strain that makes you happy and giggly to watch a movie. They have ones that help with chronic pain. You know, it's, you just go into these dispensaries and you tell them what you need it for, and there's like a strain now that they've taken and, you know, pulled different plants together to make these strains. One of the first ones I ever really smoked when all the dispensaries were coming legal in Washington State, where I'm from, God, about 10 years ago. I was curious, you know, and somebody I think even gave it to me. But the weed strain is called Blue Dream, and I'm thinking it's a sativa. But I had just worked a full shift at the cab company, dispatching like 12, 13-hour shift. I get home at like midnight, and I'm dealing with the autoimmune. I was using my cane to get around then from the ankylosing spondylitis. And so I'm like, let me try this thing. And I'm not a smoker. I hate cigarettes with a passion. But I'm like, and it was one of those, it was just a vape. And I took a few puffs off that thing. And before I know it, I'm looking at the time and it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm mopping and sweeping and cleaning my kitchen. And I'm just like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I realized, oh wait, you puffed on that vape when you came home. So I finished cleaning my kitchen. I was probably up till like 3 after working a full shift and being a sick person using a cane. Okay. So usually when I get home from work, I'm, you know, flop down the couch, you know, and just, I'm out. You know, my body's tired. So that right there was my first kind of real positive thing with weed. Like, if a sick person who just worked a full shift can smoke this thing, this plant stuff, and I'm up, and I'm mopping. I got the radio playing. It was like, I was like in a good mood. Like, so, and the strain's called Blue Dream. And I guess they say it's a really good one if you want to start. It's like it's a good one for beginners. I guess it's a hardy plant, a hardy strain. Um, Blue Dream. So that's yeah, another weed story, just rambling. Just the positivities of, marijuana. Yep. So I never really, even from then, I didn't really, um, I still didn't like smoke every day back then or even every week or whatever. Even though I realized kind of, hey, this shit's good for my body. Um, Look how much it helped that night. It wasn't until I really got with Michael that I started consuming marijuana, smoking it just, for fun, having a puff here and there. And it was usually, he would smoke out of the bong and he'd like blow into my mouth. Um, but it's a good thing because even when me and Michael met, the symptoms of the brain tumor were there, but I didn't have any medical. So, and I just thought what was happening in my body was just my autoimmune disease is just getting worse. There's nothing you can do about it. So can't complain. I don't have a doctor. I was doing the best thing I could, which was eating a healthy diet and avoiding gluten. Taking gluten out of my diet is probably one of the reasons I was able to get a job and work as long as I did. It was a game changer. I went from like a 80-year-old woman using the cane, barely able to walk around, um, to not like completely pain free, but I could get by just taking, some Tylenol or over the counter uh, anti-inflammatories. Of course, I'd still have some flare-ups and stuff like that. And I would test it. Like I would, on the way to work, there was a coffee shop that had this amazing coffee. Like they roasted it themselves and they had a little bakery in there. And yes, I'm not supposed to have gluten, but they had these bagels and like every other day or something, there was different kind, like jalapeno and cheese and just, oh my God, it's just, I love bread and carbs and rice and noodles. Like forget candy and cakes and sweets and stuff like that. Give me a big bowl of rice, a big bowl of noodles, a big biscuit, a big bagel, So I'd pick up a bagel and they'd put the cream cheese on it and they'd heat it up in the toaster oven thing and they'd wrap it all up for me. I'd get this huge ass, like 40 something ounce coffee. But this was for my 8-hour shift, which usually turned into 10 or 12 because it was a cab company and the people, yeah, it was utter chaos. But I enjoyed the chaos. It got me out of my house. It got me out of my own head. Got me not thinking about my own sickness and stuff like that. And yeah, so I knew as I'm carrying this bagel and I'd sit down at the desk, before I'd start my shift and eat a little bit of it. I know, and my stomach would instantly like bloat, and but it tasted so good. And by the end of the shift, my body would be hurting a lot more than it would if I hadn't eaten that bagel. And then drinking a coffee on top of it. Yeah. It was a big, like 42 ounce. Yeah. Um, had like 6 shots, um, like almond or coconut milk, like a little bit of in the winter months, I'd get peppermint in it or something, a little bit of white chocolate or raspberry, but pretty much it was just, you call it just a latte or whatever, something like that. I don't even know. I haven't ordered coffee in so long, so many years. But yeah, that was Olympia, Washington. Um, Before I got sick with the brain tumors, but still dealing with the autoimmune. Been dealing with the autoimmune since '98, and yeah, thought those couldn't get any worse. So yeah, here I am, just sitting here rambling. I'm gonna smoke some of this sativa and see if this can help me like wake up a little bit. I think it's just about empty, and it might need to be charged. Yeah, you can tell when it starts getting down. That little window is usually filled. You can see the brown, the the weed stuff, and when it gets down there, it gets harsh. But these are technically disposable. But you can have it for a while and not smoke it, and then you can charge them. But I mean, it just, are these probably filling up our landfills now too? I think this one is too. Yeah, so you can charge them. Oh, yep. I gotta get rid of that one. That one's too harsh. And then the worst part is get to coughing, and then then the puking sets in, and then, oh yeah, the first few years battling this, I was just both ends. I had the piddle pads, like what puppies, you put on. We had the medical ones for humans, but it's basically, that's what I was sitting. I was like a human. I always had to be sitting on a human piddle pad because of my bladder and my bowels, and only being able to ingest some tea with a little bit of cannabis oil in it, and very little rice or noodles or something. The stools were not. There was nothing substantial to make them, so it was bad there for a while. I tank where we think I'm fucking gone. I think I'm taking my last breath. It's getting bad. It's getting mentally, you know, going through all this and not having a supportive partner, not having anybody here, everyone thinking you're crazy. I've been pushed so much past breaking that I'm just here, and I'm just trying to prove I'm not crazy at this point, is all it is. I'm just trying to prove I'm not crazy. And that's sad because I have MRI proof, but I also know I have a husband he's actively not trying to get me help. He's actively telling people I'm crazy. I'm going to go more into my podcast because this is just stuff I'm uploading to Facebook to get myself used to seeing this stupid, looking at this on the screen, because I know it's not pretty. Well, this is pretty, I think. It really is. And the light, the blue is it's such a pretty blue. And it's got like some browns and a little bit of gold or something in it. And then the black just sets it off. And I think I paid like $3 at the thrift store. And then my cool wall hanging there too. I think that was like $3 at the thrift store. Okay, this tripod is really. Oh. Okay, so here I am, just sitting here, ramble. But it's better than just sitting here when I just sit here. I just sit here. This is my only entertainment. Nobody comes over. Nobody calls. Nobody texts. Nobody emails. I reach out every single platform of way I can to people. And I don't even get responses from email anymore. So I'm not embarrassed. Oh, my goodness. He had a little snotty nose since birth, and we thought he was going to outgrow it. And it's getting worse. And there's no vets around here. The one I've gotten a hold of, they want $130 just for an office visit. I'm thinking like I was going to be 30, 40, $50 for the initial office visit. So he just needs some antibiotics. It gets scary sometimes. You can hear it in his chest, and it's a good thing it is so dry here. Because in the middle of the night, I can hear him rasping his chest. I can really hear it gurgling in there. But then he gets up during the day and he runs around. He's outside, and it's dry as a bone here. But it's up in his nose a little bit. He's got a respiratory infection, and he just needs a little bit of antibiotics. So we might have to drive him to Henderson, which is on the outskirts of Vegas. It's about an hour away, because that's where we took our other dog, my Woofie, before she passed. So it's like, are we going to spend the money on gas to get there, or just, flop down $130 this place? Because it's getting to the point where I feel bad, and I think it's hindering his growth. He's a little guy. His sister's a lot. See? Oh, I'm so sorry you're sick. I'm so sorry. I know. I can hear it in your little chest. He listens to me. Look at him. Are you the doobie boy? Are you the doobie boy? Yeah, with a snotty nose? You got a snotty nose? I haven't got one of those baby suckers, to try to suck it out his nose. But their little noses are just, they're not shaped like, it doesn't totally seal. And then trying to cram it in there, he's crying. Just like, I'm trying to help you. So it's like, you don't want to hold him too tight to hold because he's little, and you don't want to be jamming the snot thing like to hurt him in his nose. So it's frustrating. I hate seeing another little creature like just struggle and stuff. But he plays and he runs around, and he eats good and everything. Oh yeah. Him and his sister have had to been, they have to sleep on the floor because they've had accidents in my bed. It's a good thing we have a steam cleaner and a mattress cover. But the past few nights, I've been just so wanting to snuggle them, and I hate them knowing they're on the floor. So I'm like, well, I'll put a piddle pad down, underneath them. And if they pee pee in the middle of the night, at least I can just, it'll be on the pee pee pad. But they haven't. Like, are you listening to me? We've had 2 dry nights of the baby sleeping in bed with me. So yeah, I sleep in bed with 6 dogs. And this one's pretty. Oh, you gonna growl? Are you gonna growl? He sleeps right next to me. So him and his sister, Mary Jane, and him are inbred. They're Anakin and Gypsy, which is mother and son. And yeah, it's terrible. We had them separated. We had them gated. But me being sick by myself during the day, trying to handle all the animals, it was I had the females gated off, and I think I was trying to let just the girls out. Yeah. But then Yoda, my youngest, the little small guy, he went running out the back door after the old lady, my Lola. So I had Gypsy gated off. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can go run. And then I was thinking about hawks, and I didn't want Yoda to try to mate with my old lady. Yeah. So I try to get out the back door. I'm not even gone a minute and a half, not even 2 minutes, trying to get Yoda and Lola, in the back door. By the time I get from the back porch into the living room, I walk in and they're hooked up. I was just no, I can't. He had literally just turned a year old that day. And it's like, I've been telling Michael we needed to get one or the other fixed, but it's money. That's all. It's the only thing. It's not. I think there's a low cost place around here, but there's like a waiting list. I keep telling Michael we need to get on it or figure something out, because either the female's got to get spayed, or the male's got to get, neutered. There's got to be something going on here. So that's where the 2 youngest ones come from, is mom and son. They're cute as hell, but like what I've read on the intranet, inbred dogs, especially the smaller ones, can show like a lot of aggression, and they do. They're pretty aggressive, and they're pretty. Yeah, they can be a lot sometimes, but I love them. So let me see, how long have I rambled on? Let me look at oh God, 50 minutes almost. Okay, so that's just, I didn't get the camera turned on when I'm in the bathroom floor. There's plenty of that stuff documented on my Facebook and on my Instagram, my YouTube. So yeah, I'm not trying to hold the camera while I'm puking anymore. it's just too traumatizing because I know people are just, yeah, calling me crazy. So I just turn the camera on the best I can when I can. So, like I said, that's the first part of my day. Is as soon as my eyes open, which is, as soon as dawn hits, um, where is it? Can't see it there. As soon as the sun starts shining in there, I don't have a choice. As soon as the tumor sits on my pineal gland, the pineal gland has something to do with your wake sleep cycle, and yeah. So usually about 4 a.m. That's when I wake up to puking. We give me a good enough dose of RSO the night before, and if I've eaten a lot of the actual cannabis plant matter, my mornings seem to be a lot better then. But that's what happens. The routine is I try to get up and get the cannabis oil in my mouth, and I try to lay back down and just try not to. Some just, hey. See, they're very, how do you put it? Only, like, she only wants the attention. She doesn't want anybody else to come. And that's how Anakin is too. If you're petting and loving on Anakin and another dog comes up, he gets pissed and and another dog. And I hate that. I don't, but I love him, but yeah. Yes. What are you doing, Miss? What are you doing, Miss Mary Jane? And your fancy little boots you got on here, your little fancy gloves. Let's see this girl. Oopsie. See, I got one in the lap here, one right here. Wait. There we go. Anakin. So yeah, you saw that aggression, and then these two will start getting at it, and they'll sit there, just bicker and squawk, do this yappy thing. But these are all I got. This is my only. This is all I got. Yeah, we technically have like a homeless trans girl staying with us, but I'm in my bedroom, and she's pretty much stays in her bedroom. At the other end of the house. I've tried to help her get resources and stuff around here, but we're in a tiny, crappy little Arizona town, and they're not too trans friendly. She's tried to get a job, and I mean, I don't even know how many places she applied to. A lot. Stores, restaurants, fast food, even like factory work and stuff like that. She applied to online because there's some factories and stuff around here. McDonald's, when she went in there, they were too busy to even do her interview. They had to reschedule because they needed people, but they didn't hire her. So what are you supposed to do? I'm sick. I'm trying to advocate for myself. You guys, look out. I gotta stretch my legs. Look out. Holy crap. Okay, much better. Ooh. I was sitting side Indian style, and that was not, my legs were not liking that. So she's probably going to go back to Vegas here in a couple of days because there's more resources for there. I told her, even if she has to go in a homeless shelter, she's got no kids. She's young. She doesn't have any furniture or she doesn't have any material things. And so it's best for her just to herself. She can get into a shelter, and like, it's Vegas. It's a big city, metropolitan area. So, and that's where she's from too. So we're just trying to get her transported back there now because it was nice having another human here and stuff like that. But it was just, she just turned 19. She's a baby. Like, and I mean, I'm saying that she's sweet. I want to mother her and take care of her. She's just, and I'm just like, there's nothing here for you, hon. I can give you a roof, and that's not good enough. You can't just sit here with me. This is not good. So I just told her she's got to get a hold of a couple of shelters and let them know that you're on your way, and this is, you're trans, and there's places that can help you. Social workers, that's their job, to get you placements and jobs and housing and healthcare and shit like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be bummed out because at least I knew she was here in the house. Um, she was out a lot trying to find a job, and just nothing. But I mean, this is a tiny Arizona shitty town, so it'll be back to me being by myself again. So she helped me with some computer stuff. She's helped me get a better recording program on my laptop to do the podcast when I do record it. So I gotta hurry up and record this first podcast, so at least she can help me get it uploaded to I'm gonna use Spotify. That's what I'm gonna use. Yeah, Spotify for podcasters, or Spotify for creators, or something. They changed their name. See, oh, my mouth is dry. I'm sitting here. I can see my drink in front of me, but it's just. I'll do that when I'm sick too, needing to get the vape. I know the vape is right over there. I know I need to grab it, but whatever the brain tumors do is, yeah. Mm. Ooh, this damn thing keeps shit cold all night long. We hit 109 yesterday. May. Wasn't even June yet. I want out of here so bad. I hate this place. I have zero support. My spouse isn't trying to get me any help. I need to get somewhere where I can at least advocate for myself better, because nothing in this town. Oh, see, my nose is just this. It's just being inside all the time with this nasty carpet and this dry ass air. It's just, my sinuses just feel like they're packed with just dirt and dust. My nose is constantly just either just filled with just nastiness, or it's just dry as a bone. I've had those nasal sprays, and it's just aloe and saline and stuff like that. I need to get another one. It's just so gross. And I'd go to rub my nose is like raw at the end, because I'm just always trying to. I got one of those neti pot thingies. Is that what it's called? A neti pot, where you're supposed to like dump the water. It's like a teapot thing, and you're supposed to dump it. You're supposed to dump it in one nose hole, and it's supposed to just kind of rinse. But then I've heard horror stories about people washing like bacteria back up into their brain or whatever. Just stupid shit that I don't know why gets in my head and just freaks me out. But you're supposed to go different sides, and you pour it. You're literally pouring the water in your nose, but the way you pour it, it rinses out. People with allergies swear by it and stuff like that. And people like me that live in these dry places, or that live in the city, and they get the city the city schmutz all up in their nose. Maybe I'll have to try it. I have that damn thing in the bathroom. I guess I will. It's brand new, so I've had it for a couple of years. Okay, just about an hour I've rambled on this thing. So now I just sit back, and I'm going to try to find. This is my morning. Once I can sit up and I'm kind of with it, I'm not puking. Now it's because there's nobody here. There's no one to talk to. I just have to try to go to one of the apps and find something that's gonna. I can't watch. I don't like scary shit. I hate horror. I hate blood and violence, like the action, shoot 'em up, kill 'em. My sweet spot is just like, something that like a 14-year-old, preteen would watch. I like funny slapstick, just stupid a lot of the time. I like documentaries, and my Ancient Aliens is like my nighttime thing. But during the day, this first thing in the morning, I gotta find something like some just stupid 80 or 90s cult film. You know, like I've been watching Joe Dirt, or Aaron Brockovich, uh, The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. Just something stupid and just mindless. Um, I used to like watch dramas and stuff like that, but my brain doesn't have any way to process it, so it's just too much. You know, I don't want to be sad and stuff like that, so I'm just always just trying to watch something just to distract me. So, what am I gonna do today? Oh, almost 90 degrees. We're almost 7 o'clock. So, Tubi's on here, Pluto, Hulu. I don't think Max is signed in on here. Netflix and Prime. So what's on Netflix? And then I gotta I'll turn the speaker on down here. So at nighttime, um, I listen to the thunder and the lightning and the rain, and with the speaker right there beside my bed, it's really like it's storming and stuff like that. So it's fun. So I have that beside my bed, so I can, because when the AC gets going, and I got the fan going over there, it's just I can just listen to it right there. It's just okay. So there we go. Okay. Resident Alien, The Wrong Missy, Nutty Professor, Paul. Yep. Those are kind of like my go-to right now. The Resident Alien one's really good, but it's got some drama stuff. It's just when I see people like family and friends and stuff like that, it's just thrown in my face, and I'm just, alone, sick, going through the most, you know, disturbing, sad shit, and just not even having a person to talk to. Not one person. Because, yep, me and Michael, yep, it's bad. It's real bad. But I'll get into that more later. I'll put that on my podcast. Okay, so what am I going to pick? The Do-Over, The Wrong Missy. Guess I'll pick The Wrong Missy. Okay. Okay. Speakers down there. And then I just help. Well, the tripods are right there, but usually I'll put it right there. But I mean, I could just set it on the bed anywhere. Okay. So this first part of the morning routine. I'm sitting up. I got my eyes open now too. Now I'm just gonna grab my phone when I'm done recording here, and I'm just gonna go through it. I'll look at the news and stuff like that, what I can tolerate. But usually, the first few articles, and I'm just, it'll just make me spiral and get more sad. The state of the world right now. But I want to be informed, but it's so traumatizing right now.
Excuse me.
So then,
Whoa.
oops,
Wow.
turn it down. So I'll probably just get on my phone, and I just have these stupid little matchy block games, not like Candy Crush, but I guess kind of. And there's another one where you just gotta, it's like a moving conveyor belt, and there's just like items you gotta like match 3 of, but the conveyor belts move. It's really dumb, but for some reason it gets my brain can just lock into it, and I can just kind of, it's something to pass the time, and my brain can just like zone out. And I hate that. I don't want to be a zone out kind of person. I want to be engaged in my life. I want to be, actively doing something, to better my life. And all I can do is sit in this bed and rot, because I can't even get a doctor to see me. And everyone thinks I'm crazy because of the story. But I hope I'm going to be listened to, because pretty soon, because on June 10th, I guess People Magazine wants to interview me about my father. So they've booked an Airbnb here in Bullhead somewhere, in the county, where somewhere around me. And I'm going to go there on June 10th and film for a couple hours. I think they said 3 hours is the usual time of the interview. And I'm hoping someone's going to listen to me and hear what's happening to me, and maybe not be able to totally help me, but point me in a direction where I'm out of this situation and in a better situation. Something, out of this situation is not good where I'm at. It's very bad, in fact. But what are you gonna do? Okay, I think I'm getting ready to hit the hour mark on this. So, and this is getting uploaded to my YouTube. Yep, I'm at an hour and 5 minutes. See, I need to be putting this on a podcast because it's perfectly clear that I know how to talk and I can talk a lot. So this is just proving myself. I'm just sitting there going, see, you dummy, you need to do the podcast. But this is just a test video. I'm just going to put this up on my YouTube channel. And it's just me getting used to looking at the camera and talking and telling my story. Because I'm beat down and broken and pushed past my breaking point. I'm only pushing on because I'm determined to prove I'm not crazy. And I don't want to die. I want to live. I have big dreams and big plans of the life I want. But if I'm too sick and can't get those and I'm not going to get medical, I don't want to die, but I want to medically end this suffering. This is not, the way I'm existing is worse than death. And I want this nightmare to end. I want it to get better. I want it to end one way or the other, but I'm not going to sit in this limbo, this intersection. I'm just parked right here at life and death. And the craziness of not knowing what's happening to me, but knowing my body's sick. So, yeah, ramble. Okay, I've documented the first part of my morning. I got the puppies outside, and I gave them their first morning. They get their chickie chunk. What do you call it? Like beef jerky, but chicken jerky. There you go. It's because I kept thinking jerky, but they're gonna not beef jerky, chicken jerky. And yes, it grosses me out being a vegan. I hate feeding the little creatures I love something that I would much rather have loved on. I want to snuggle that chicken and pet it, and love on it. I don't want to serve it to my other loving beings, and it's a real mind fuck. But that's what happens. I got them outside. They puppies pottied. They got their chickie chunk, and now they're all laying on the bed. And this is like, okay, I'm the mom. I got the kids down for their first nap of the day. I can sit back on my phone and chill out and, scroll around. So now that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this off. I'll sit and scroll around my phone, see what news I can take in. But the state of the world pretty much has me just feeling even crazier, play my games, and then they'll start getting up and fussing, and because they want their breakfast, and then it's on to go feed them whatever Michael has in the Tupperware that he's made. It's rice of some sort with some type of a protein, either canned corned beef, canned Spam, chicken, all different kinds, rotisserie, whatever he cooks, the chicken breast or whatever. And this is all he buys stuff on clearance or cheap or bulk for the puppies. So literally feeding all these puppies is probably like feeding a small human is what they consume, all of them. Sometimes it's just Spam cut up with the rice, but that's what they get. They literally eat, and it's human grade food. Like the stuff that they put in their bowl, if you were to put it in a bowl for a human, it's something a human would eat. Like sometimes there's even peas and carrots in with their their rice and their Spam or their rice and chicken, and it's seasoned too. We put like turmeric in there for their joints in their body, a little bit of garlic, pepper for inflammation. So it's like seasoned also too. And yeah, I will have to get up now after I rest and I sit here and get medicated. I have to get up and feed them breakfast. And so that would be the next thing I'm going to try to document. And I have my chair in the house, but trying to use a wheelchair in a little kitchen with a bunch of little puppies, it's it doesn't always go, it's not, it's more stressful on me. So I get the kitchen chair, and I'll put the kitchen chair in front of the counter where I'm doing their food and stuff like that, so I can sit down right there. And yeah, and then it's trying to get 7 dogs fed, and literally their food gets heated up in a pan. It's not just put in a, it's not just lumped in their bowls cold. They're so spoiled. So it's like I literally feel like I'm cooking for like my furry, my little children. And then it's after they eat, and it's trying to get them back outside, and it's already, the temperatures are already climbing up. So I'm gonna have to be out there with my spray bottle underneath the shade, trying to look up and watch for hawks and let my puppies go potty. And I have to stand out there long enough so they can do their poo poo, so they don't come in the house and do it. So not only is my body sick and crumbling, I have to try and go out there and keep an eye on the dogs, and then the heat makes it worse. So then once I come in the house, my body's all wanting to melt from the heat, and I have to just recuperate just from going out and taking my dogs like 5-10 steps outside. Yeah. So I'll try to film that too, but it's just, yeah. Okay. Gonna sit back and watch The Wrong Missy. I'm gonna get up, and I think I'm gonna make one of my iced coffees. It's just like a little bit of this soy drink that I have. It's almost like horchata. It's just the cinnamon and the spices, but it's a soy-based one. It says it's chai tea, but it's milk. It's soy milk with a little bit of, I guess, tea in it. But I pour that over ice with just some drip coffee. And sometimes when I'm up to it, I drizzle a little bit of caramel in there. And I got some of that mushroom coffee. So it's got all the good herbal mushrooms, not those kind of mushrooms. It's like the good ones that you eat and stuff like that are good for your brain and your belly. They're dehydrated and they're mixed with instant coffee. And so I'll put a little scoop of that I call it my go-go juice and vitamins. And yeah, that's one thing. When I can't eat, I feel bad about it because it's not the best thing for me to be eating or drinking. But some days, the most thing I get down is the iced coffees. So I try to make them as healthy as possible. Okay, now it's iced coffee and just farting around on my phone time. It's Sunday, so Michael's home today. I can hear him out there snoring on the couch. So yeah, I gotta go try to find an outfit. I gotta try to get myself up and out the house today, because we were 109 degrees yesterday, and I think we're only gonna be 94 today. It's just asinine. I'm from Seattle, my whole life, so these temperatures are just insane, and yeah. But I got to try to get out to this little mall or something they got across the river in Laughlin, Nevada. It's like a little Reno, little Vegas across the river, like 10-15 minutes from us. Like literally, I could probably stand up on my roof and you can see the lights from the casino sometimes. I'm gonna go over there. They got like a little mini mall or something. Go try and find me something to wear to this interview on June 10th. So I don't know. I have no clue what I'm gonna wear. Like I had no idea. I'm just like, I think you would like it. I'm gonna wear a white t-shirt and some jeans and a blazer. There we go. Circa 90s lesbian. Okay, I'm laughing. My eyes are relatively open. It'll do better once I get some coffee in my system, and making myself get up and walk around the bed and get out there and get my coffee made. It's another thing. It's difficult, but it's like once I get up and now I've ingested this cannabis, I got to try and get up and get my body moving. Before I'd have to get in my wheelchair from my bedroom to get anything done out there. And now I can get up and do a few steps without it. So that's a good thing. Okay. Coffee time, rest time. chill out until the puppies wake up and want their breakfast. And then I guess I'll film the next part of my day. So I've rambled on enough. Blah, 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 blah. Brain tumors suck. Okay, y'all. Ingest some cannabis some way. Smoke it. Eat it. Rub it on you. They got lotions. Hell, I think they got bath bombs. You're not going to get like high from rubbing it on your skin or, taking a bath bomb. I've never personally can say that I've gotten relief from using lotions because I ingest it. So I don't have any way to gauge it. But from people that I know that aren't, and I've heard, we're talking old people, their parents and grandparents that aren't smokers that have used it on their sore, like their hands from arthritis, elbows, knees. They say it really works. It's not like taking a painkiller kind of thing, but for like the sore knees, they put it's like a menthol. So it opens up the pores of the skin and it goes, the THC and stuff like that gets into the muscle. So it really is healing too. And they say that from what I've heard, people say it works. I can't say personally because I ingest cannabis, so I have no way to gauge it if it's what I'm smoking or ingesting is making my joints feel better. So, like I'm saying, you don't have to eat and smoke marijuana to get benefits from it, and you don't have to ingest cannabis that makes you high either. They have cannabis that is just CBD that you just smoke it or ingest it for just what cannabis the non-psychoactive stuff that it does to you. So that's the stuff that they give to little kids that are battling cancer and other illnesses. They give them, yes, there's a little bit of THC in there. They can't get it all out, but it's a high CBD strain is what they get. And I wish I could get me some of it, but it's super expensive. And we've reached out to different places trying to get it, but nothing ever pans out. So, and I don't really trust, stuff on the internet. Yeah. Okay. I'm sitting up. I'm speaking clearer. My eyes are open. I don't have an appetite yet, so that's going to be in a little bit. I'm going to smoke some. I need to get the bong and smoke. So I'm going to sit there, smoke my bong, play on my phone, watch this silly movie, and wait for the puppies to get their breakfast, and I'll film that part. So yeah, ingest some cannabis, y'all. Like I was saying, eat it, rub it, smoke it, and be kind to one another, but don't take any shit. Okay, so I keep totally forgetting that I had this on because I did another video where I didn't have the microphone on, and it's like I went back and watched the video and you could barely hear anything with the fan going, the AC going, and it's just it sounded bad. So these are just test videos. I'm just uploading these to my YouTube and then uploading to Facebook. It's just like, it's my way of having a final say and to keep just, yeah. It sucks to be sick. And then to just sit here and think everyone just thinks you're crazy. It's just, it's beyond fucked up. Beyond fucked up. And I hope after this interview I get some help. At least not being told I'm crazy anymore. Okay, let me turn this thing off and go make me a coffee. Oh. Ooh. all my mountains of pillows. Oh. Okay, dokie. Ugh.